What is the one tiny detail that separates the top 1% of Power BI developers from everyone else? It's not their data models, it's not their choice of charts, it's their mastery of the user experience. They build reports that feel alive. They use hidden techniques to guide the user's eye and make interaction feel effortless. And their secret weapon is often something as simple and as powerful as this. I am going to show you how to build that secret weapon today. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's understand the core concept. What we are building isn't a single magical button. It's actually a clever illusion. We are going to create 3 separate images for our button's 3 states. The default state. This is what the button looks like normally. A simple static icon. The hover state. When the user's mouse moves over the button, we'll switch to a second image, a special animated icon. On press state. When the user clicks the button, we'll momentarily show a third image with a different color to give them instant visual feedback. Power BI's button visual lets us assign a different image to each of these states. Our main job is to create these 3 images using a special format called SVG. First things first, we need a high-quality icon to start with. My favorite resource is Google's Material Icons Library, which you can find at fonts.google.com/icons. It's free, extensive, and the icons are professionally designed. Let's find our help icon. I'll use the search bar and type help. I like this one here, with the circle around the question mark. Click on it to select it. Now look to the right-hand panel. You'll see an option to have it downloaded as a PNG file or SVG file. Choose SVG. An SVG or scalable vector graphic is an image defined by code, not pixels. This is crucial because it means we can open it in a text file and easily edit things like its color and even add animations, which is exactly our plan. So I'm going to have this downloaded and have it saved in my downloads folder. Now, for the most technical but very manageable part, we need to edit the code inside that SVG file. You can use a basic text editor like Notepad, but I strongly recommend downloading and installing Visual Studio Code, that is VS Code. It's a free code editor from Microsoft that color codes the text, making it much easier to read. Now, from the SVG file you just downloaded, don't double-click it as it might open in a web browser. Instead, right-click on the file, choose Open With, then Visual Studio Code. You'll see a block of text. Don't be intimidated. We'll only focus on 2 tiny parts. For a simple icon like this, we need to look for fill, and you see a path tag. Inside it, look for D equals. This long string of letters and numbers is the most important part. It's the mathematical data that draws the icon's shape. The icon we downloaded is black by default. Let's change it. So in this code, we're going to search for the fill equals, which is right here. Change the X code inside the quotes to a nice dark blue. I'm going to be using this X code. This code is now our default icon. Keep this VS Code window open. We'll copy from it later. Good UI design gives users feedback. When they click, something should happen. We'll make our icon flash a different color. The easiest way is to create a new file in VS Code. So going to File, New File. I'm going to have this named to onPress button. Then create file. Copy the entire code from your default icon and paste it into this new one. Copy and paste. To create a strong contrast with our blue, I'll use a bold red. So let's have this Xcode changed to this. C81 D25. This code is now our onPress icon. We've got 2 out of 3. Now, let's create the animated hover icon, the magic. This is the star of the show. We'll make the icon shine when you hover over it. You have 2 options here. Use my pre-made template for a quick result, or generate your own animation using AI. In the video description, I've included the code for the animated SVG. It's already set up with a shine effect. Copy the entire animated SVG code from the description and paste it into a new file in VS Code. So I'm going to create a new file. Go to File, New File, and we'll give that a name, Animated Button. Animated Button. Create new file. I'm going to paste the entire animated SVG code from the description here. Now look at the code. You see a path ID equals star path right here. All you have to do is replace the D attribute in my template with the attribute from your icon. So back here in our default icon file, carefully select and copy the entire long string of characters inside the D equals quotes. So inside the D equals quotes, you know it ends before the closing quotes right here. Let's scroll back to see if we have everything selected after the opening quotes. Yeah, so I'm going to have this copied. Go to your animated button icon file, delete the entire D attribute content that's there, and paste yours in its place. You scroll all the way to the left, so I have everything selected right inside the quote. So before and after the quote. And then I'm going to have it replaced with the one from the default icon. Let's do that again to be sure we copied or pasted the right thing. So right click and paste. Yeah, you have to make sure you right click and paste to be sure you did the right thing. And that's it. You've successfully placed your icon's shape into my animation code. This is now our animated hover icon. Now that we have the code for our 3 icons in separate tabs in VS Code, we need to save them as individual files. This is key. Starting with the default icon, select File from the tab, Save As, and let's name it something like icon-default.svg. Make sure the file extension is SVG, then click Save. Now moving on to the onPress button, File, Save As, and let's call it iconPress. So you want to make sure you had the extension SVG to the file name, then save. Now let's save the hover icon. Go through the same process. Have file selected, Save As, and let's have this named to icon hover-hover. And the extension should be changed to SVG, then save. So this is what it's going to look like. This is our hover icon, this is the onPress icon, and this is the default icon. Let's now import these 3 custom icons into Power BI. Alright, with our 3 icon files saved, it's time to build the button in Power BI. On the Insert ribbon, click button and choose the blank button. We're going to have that moved to the right here. In the format pane, we want to make sure the text and the border is turned off to give us a clean slate. So right under button style, let's make sure we have the border turned off. Our text is already turned off. Now go to the style section. We have it as size and style. Have the icon settings expanded. Here is another important part. Click the icon type drop-down menu. You see options like blank, left arrow, etc. Go all the way down and select custom. By selecting custom, you tell Power BI that you're going to provide your own image files. Then scroll up to Applied Settings tool. Make sure your state is set to default. And if you scroll back down, you see a Browse field. Click it. A file window will open. Navigate to where you saved your icon and select your default file, icondefault.svg. Then open. You will immediately see the blue help icon appear on your button. You're going to have the button adjusted like, you see it appearing like so. Now change the state drop down to Other. Click Browse again. If you had the SVG for the default icon showing, just press the X button to get rid of it. Now click Browse. This time, select your animated file icon-over-svg. Open. Now with that, you see that shiny effect whenever you hover over your default icon. Now let's go back to have the state set to pressed. Scroll down to where we have the Browse field. Get rid of this current SVG by clicking the X to remove the file. Browse. Select your red colored file, the iconpress.svg, and if you try to select the button, it's going to change to red, just as expected. That's it. The button is now fully configured. To test it in Power BI, hold the Control key while you hover and click. And when you publish your report, it will work normally for users. Pro tip on sizing. If the icon seems too big or small, stay in the icon format settings. You can adjust the icon size by increasing or decreasing and have the padding as well adjusted to get it perfectly centered and sized within your button area. You can also decide to give it a fill by turning on the fill button for each state. It all depends on your choice. And decide to have it changed to any color you want as well. I'm just going to leave this at white because I want it completely transparent. Now, a final touch. A button isn't complete without a tooltip. In the Format pane, go to the Action settings, have the option expanded, and have it toggled on. And in the tooltip field, type something helpful like click for help. Click for help. With that, whenever you hover over the icon, you see the tooltip appear reading click for help. This is really going to be helpful for your users. Okay, our button looks incredible. It shines when you hover over it. It gives a feedback on click, but right now it doesn't do anything. Let's fix that and make it take the user to a dedicated help page. Before we can tell our button where to go, we need to build the destination. In the bottom of your Power BI window, click the plus button to create a new page. On this new page, you can add all the helpful details your users might need by using text boxes to write out instructions, add images or screenshots with annotations, or even use the button visual to link out to a more detailed document or video. Pro tip for a clean report. You probably don't want this help page showing up as a main tab for your users. So hide it from the normal page navigation right-click on the Help Page tab and select Hide. The page will still be there, but it can only be accessed via a button or link we create. Perfect for our needs. Now let's go back to your main report page where you can create the animated button. In the Format pane on the right, find and expand the Action section again. You have to make sure you have the icon selected and scroll down to Action. We were just here to set the tooltip. Under Type, click the drop-down menu. You'll see several options like Back, Bookmark, etc. Choose Page Navigation. As soon as you select that, a new drop-down called Destination will appear. Click the Destination drop-down. You see a list of all the pages in your report, including the hidden one. Add that your help page selected, which we haven't named, is page 1. That's it. Your button is now fully functional. When a user clicks it by pressing on the control button and clicking the icon, Power BI will navigate them directly to your detailed help page. Now, we've created a one-way trip to the help page, but a good user experience always provides an easy way back. Let's add a back button to our help page. So right here on the help page, go to the Insert ribbon, click the button again, and this time you can choose the built-in back button for simplicity. It even comes with a standard back arrow icon. Gonna have that moved here. Go to its action settings in the Format pane. If you scroll down, you'll see that Power BI has already been smart enough to set the type to back automatically. This action tells Power BI to simply return the user to the exact page they came from. So to go back, press the Control button on your keyboard again and click. Now you have a complete, seamless navigation loop. Users can click your fancy animated button to get help, and then easily click back to return to their analysis. Now, what if you don't want a shine effect? Maybe you want the icon to pause or spin. You can ask an AI to write the code for you. Here's a powerful detailed prompt you can use. It starts by saying, "Oh, act as an expert in SVG and web animations. I need you to modify the following SVG code to add a looping animation." And to use the prompt, you copy the simple default icon code. Copy my prompt template. Paste your icon code into the right section. Describe the animation you want in the Describe section. Be creative about it. And paste the whole thing into ChatGPT or another AI tool and let it generate your new animated SVG code, which you can then use for your own overstate in Power BI. And here you have it. You're now equipped with one of the most powerful techniques in the Power BI Pro playbook. You've seen how a few small, thoughtful details can completely transform a static report into a dynamic professional application. This is the skill that will make your work stand out and get noticed. So take this secret weapon, apply it to your own project, and start building dashboards that don't just inform, but truly impress. If this video helped you level up your skills, please give it a like. It makes a huge difference. And for more pro techniques to elevate your reports, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and happy building.